War leaves scars, marks that run deeper than flesh, etching themselves into the very soul of those who serve. These scars are not just reminders of battles fought, but of moments survived, of friends lost, and of innocence left behind on distant fields. Some are visible, etched across skin and bone, but many remain hidden, buried beneath layers of silence and stoicism. The deepest wounds are often invisible, carried in silence long after the fighting ends. They linger in quiet moments, in the spaces between words, in the shadows of everyday life. For many veterans, this silence is a private battlefield, a war waged within, a relentless echo of memories and emotions that refuse to fade. The world sees someone who's returned, but not the war that's come home with them. Loved ones may notice a change, a distance, but the true weight of what's been carried back is often invisible. Silence isn't emptiness. It's a container for what's too heavy to share. It's a way to hold back the flood of memories, to keep the pain from spilling over. How do you explain the bond of battle, the unspoken trust forged in the crucible of conflict, to those who have never felt their life depend on another? Or the chaos of combat, the deafening noise, the confusion, the fear that becomes a constant companion? To those who haven't lived it, these experiences are impossible to fully convey. The gulf between those who have seen war and those who have not can feel unbridgeable. These memories are locked away, protected from misunderstanding and judgment, hidden behind walls built for survival. Silence becomes a shield guarding loved ones from the darkness veterans have seen, from the nightmares that sometimes return with the dawn. But this protective silence can become a prison, isolating veterans from those they care about, making it harder to reach out for help or understanding. The world moves on, but for the veteran, the war lingers, a shadow in daily life, a presence that never fully fades. Silence becomes a habit, then a fortress, walls built high and thick, meant to keep pain at bay. Fortresses keep the world out, shielding the heart from further harm, but also keep the veteran in, trapping them with memories and regrets. The hardest battle can be the struggle to connect, to let someone else in, to trust that sharing the burden won't make it heavier. The weight of unspoken stories grows heavier with time, pressing down on the spirit, making each day a little harder. The fight for peace is often a quiet, desperate struggle, one that takes place in the stillness of night, when memories are loudest. The scars of war are not always seen, but they are always felt, shaping lives in ways words can barely touch. In the echo chamber of silence, the battle continues, quiet, relentless, and unseen, but no less real. Invisible wounds map a mind changed by trauma. These are scars that can't be seen, but they shape every thought, every reaction, and every relationship. For many veterans, the battlefield follows them home, lingering in the corners of their daily lives. PTSD is the most recognized, an alarm system stuck on, the past always present. It's as if the mind is trapped in a loop, unable to distinguish between real danger and the echoes of memory. Everyday sounds or crowds can trigger memories of war. A car backfiring, a sudden shout, or even the press of bodies in a crowd can send the mind spiraling back to moments of chaos and fear. Nightmares replay the worst moments, robbing sleep of comfort. The darkness becomes a stage for memories that refuse to fade, leaving the body restless and the mind weary. Anxiety keeps veterans on high alert, scanning for threats that aren't there. Even in safe places, the body remains tense, ready to react, never truly able to relax. Hypervigilance is exhausting, creating distance from a world that feels oblivious. Friends and family may not understand why simple outings or conversations can feel overwhelming. Survivor's guilt haunts. Why me? Why did I survive? The weight of loss and the memories of those left behind can be crushing, making it hard to accept happiness or move forward. Joy can feel like betrayal, happiness a burden. Moments of laughter or connection are shadowed by the feeling that they are undeserved, or that they come at too high a cost. These wounds, PTSD, anxiety, guilt, are intertwined, feeding each other in a cycle. Each emotion amplifies the next, making it difficult to break free from the grip of the past. The internal war is fought alone, in the quiet moments of daily life. It's a struggle that often goes unseen, hidden behind everyday routines and polite smiles. It's a battle to reclaim normalcy, to quiet the alarms, to live with the ghosts. Every step forward is hard won, every peaceful moment a small victory. The geography of invisible wounds is vast and complex. It stretches across memories, relationships, and the very sense of self, shaping the world in ways that outsiders may never fully grasp. Healing means learning to navigate this new terrain, It's a journey of self-discovery, patience, and courage, often requiring help from others and a willingness to face the pain head-on. The fight for peace is ongoing, even when the world can't see it. Each day brings new challenges, but also the hope that, with time, the invisible wounds can begin to heal. Veterans' silence echoes across generations. A grandfather from Normandy, a young woman from Afghanistan, different wars, same silence. Each faces the futility of explaining the unexplainable. Fear of judgment, misunderstanding, or politicization keeps stories locked away. Veterans share a language of experience, often spoken only among themselves. This unspoken bond is powerful, but it can reinforce isolation. The price of admission is trauma outsiders can never fully grasp. Every veteran has two homecomings. The first is public, cheers, parades, a hero's welcome. The second is private, quiet, isolating, and often disorienting. The world expects a return to normal, but the veteran has changed. Civilian life feels trivial compared to what they've endured. Disconnection sets in, the veteran is present, but not fully home. Family and friends want the old person back, not realizing that war has changed everything. The gap between internal reality and external expectations grows. The public celebration fades, the private struggle begins. Surrounded by love, the veteran can still feel utterly alone. Coming home means facing a new internal war. The hardest part is explaining why home no longer feels like home. Returning to civilian life is its own battle. Survival skills from combat, hypervigilance, emotional armor, don't just disappear. Everyday life becomes exhausting, peace elusive. Nightmares and insomnia turn sleep into another battlefield. Emotional withdrawal makes connection difficult, even with loved ones. Misunderstandings grow. The veteran seems distant or angry. Crowds, loud noises. Even driving can trigger old instincts. These are not choices, but the lingering effects of war. The nervous system, rewired for survival, struggles to adapt. The war after the war is fought daily, often in silence. Healing is a long, lonely journey. Silence is rarely simple. It's a shield and a burden. Veterans fear judgment, misunderstanding, or reliving trauma by sharing their stories. Speaking means excavating pain, risking a flood of memories. Protecting loved ones from horror is another reason for silence. Words often fail to capture the reality of combat. Some experiences exist beyond language, impossible to fully explain. Silence becomes an act of love, but also of isolation. Some things can only be understood by those who were there. The path out of silence begins with small steps toward connection. For many veterans, the first step is simply acknowledging the weight they carry and allowing themselves to hope for change. It's not easy. Each step forward can feel uncertain, but it's a journey worth taking. Healing often starts by finding a tribe, other veterans who understand without words. In these circles, shared stories and silent nods create a sense of belonging that's hard to find elsewhere. The power of being truly seen and heard by those who've walked a similar path cannot be overstated. Shared experience breaks down walls of isolation. Bonds forged in service can be rekindled in healing, reminding each veteran that they are never truly alone, even in their darkest moments. Professional help can be hard to access, but the right support is life-changing. Reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness, and can open doors to new ways of coping and growing. Therapy offers tools to manage PTSD, guilt, and anxiety. It's a space to process memories, learn new skills, and rediscover hope. Every session is a step toward reclaiming control and building resilience. Purpose is crucial, finding a new mission, whether through service, work, or challenge. Giving back, learning new skills, or setting personal goals can reignite a sense of direction and pride. Small victories build a new identity, informed by the past but not defined by it. Each accomplishment, no matter how small, is a testament to growth and courage. To veterans, know that you are not alone. Your pain is real, your strength immense. Every day you choose to keep going is a victory in itself. To civilians, look beyond the uniform, listen without judgment, offer patience. Your understanding and support can make all the difference in a veteran's journey. Healing is a collective mission. When communities come together, barriers fall and hope grows stronger. Compassion and community are the new front lines. Together, we can create safe spaces where healing is possible and no one is left behind. Together, we can help our warriors find peace at home. support, understanding, and love are the greatest gifts we can offer. The war may end, but the journey to healing continues. With every step, we move closer to a future where every veteran finds hope, purpose, and peace.